What's up, guys? Welcome to the second Christian burial of the day, Big Brother 15. I'm here with DJ Dylan Patin. First off, Dylan, I want to extend these utensils out to you. You could pick one to cuddle with for the rest of the interview. But, so what happened, man? What happened?
I wish I knew. 8-3 was a little surprising to me because I thought I'd do a little bit better than that. I know I was a big target from the get-go. It's funny because if you watch people's eyes, you know their motivations. And I knew immediately on the first one that I was put up on the block, and then again on the second one because those head of households walked out and the first person they looked at was me. And same thing for eviction. Taylor walked out and glanced real quick. And so, you use that and you can kind of get where people are pushing, but you just don't know who they're aligned with. And that was my biggest thing, was trying to wrap my head around who's speaking to who and who's doing what. But I honestly had no clue, so I tried making an alliance with Eric, and he said he was aligned with other people. I tried speaking with Hayden and getting a one-on-one with him. Grace, my whole thing was trying to get little one-on-ones to ensure a majority vote. And then Reese, Eric and I had a little alliance at the beginning, and that fell through immediately once Reese was evicted. So I think my problem was I tossed out too many names. Whenever I was going into the head of household talks, I was pretty much trying to save myself because I've been on the hot seat the entire time. And so I would just throw out random names as suggestions. None with actual intention to go after these people, but it labeled it as such, So they went out and started talking, and I'm sure people got ideas from that. Olivia and Stephanie came speak with me, and then Olivia was like, I know you threw my name out. And I didn't even remember throwing her name out, which was the crazy thing. I just knew I said random names. And so that they were against me. There was nothing I could have said to them to get their vote. And I also wouldn't be surprised if Eric backstabbed me. Because in my first game, there was this guy named Grant who was a big, tough dude exactly like Eric, nice as hell. And I thought he was my ride or die, and the entire time he was campaigning to get me out. So what I'm guessing is that Eric knew Reese and I were strong competitors, agreed to the three-way alliance with the two of us, and then just nicked us off one by one. That's my best guess.
So you said you threw out a lot of names. Do you think you would have done anything differently if you could go back and play this again?
Yeah, if I would go back, I wouldn't have spoken to the head of households. Because I knew their intentions beforehand. It didn't surprise me going in. They were honest. Anna was honest with me. She told me she'd put me in reset. I knew that was going to happen. I knew I was making alliances. I knew my name was getting out there. They knew I played before I felt like I was a target. I knew Reese was a target because the entire house was telling me he was a target. And my best guess was that she would put up me and him. I went to speak with her. She told me right away that that's what she was planning to do. And I thought I could persuade her. So I started name dropping and offering, saying, let's put someone who isn't a target up against Reese to get him out. Sorry, Reese. To ensure my safety, but also if that were to have happened, I was planning on throwing the veto for Reese, and if I got him a veto, or having Eric throw the veto, and just kind of work it from there to keep Reese in and keep our three-man alliance. Obviously that didn't work out because there's nothing I could have said to persuade her, and the second I was on the hot seat, I was a target, so Brandon came after me. He was very kind of apathetic to me, didn't want to say too much, and so at that point I figured, I'm on it again, so I name dropped again, which was a stupid move. And other people found out about that, so I didn't get a majority vote. So yeah, if I could go back, I wouldn't have aligned with Hayden, I wouldn't have aligned with Grace, and I wouldn't have name dropped.
So obviously you said your alliance was the main three, Eric and Reese.
Eric and Reese.
Who do you think is stirring the pot in this game?
Oh, undoubtedly Eric. He's a very, very nice guy, comes off as extremely genuine, which he is. I'm not trying to say anything. This is a game, and it's all game. You make your decisions as you go forward. But because of his natural, genuine nature, I was fairly certain from the beginning that he and I were aligned, and he wouldn't backstab me. And I'm not trying to accuse him, but my best guess is that Eric backstabbed me, and that he's now stirring the pot. I would say him, Brandon's very smart enough to make big moves and not get caught. So I think he's doing has some things in the works. I trust Dylan. I think Dylan voted to keep me to stay, to keep me. And who else is probably stirring the pot? I don't know. Everyone else is fairly quiet. Maybe Elise? Who knows?
So, just to lighten the mood, if you were a cookie,
All right.
what flavor would you be, and how would you be cooked as of right now? Raw, cookie dough, or like straight up charred to oblivion?
I feel charred to oblivion. I feel like I got burnt. But I'd be an oatmeal raisin cookie, because oatmeal raisin beats chocolate chip. Don't care what anyone says. It's the best. It's delicious. But yeah, I'd be a well-baked oatmeal raisin cookie.
All right. Well, I'm going to give you the floor. Free roast session, courtesy of Chef Dylan, DJ. You can roast anybody in the house. You can say anything you want. These are
roast
your
anybody.
last words.
I love you, and I'm not serious, but fuck you, Brandon. You got me out. No, you're playing a great game, dude. You're really nice. You're awesome. And I knew I was your target, and I tried to get your ass, but I couldn't, so respect to you. I don't have any shit to talk. Like, they're all great. I mean, nobody really, like, upset me, because it was all fair. Like, it was fair. It's something I would have done. I was totally planning on backstabbing all of you. And, so no hard feelings, I don't have any roast.
All right. There you have it. That was the second Christian burial of the day. We'll see you next time after the next evicted.